Hello, everybody. Welcome again. Today we're going to do a mini STEM project involving launching paper airplanes. I learned this when I was in about, I don't know, fifth grade, and have always thought it was the best way to do paper airplanes. Anyway, what we need is, first of all, a sheet of paper. Secondly, you need a stapler. Then you need some scissors. And finally, you need some rubber bands. If you have all these things, you can do this. If not, it'll be a little trickier. You can generally substitute the stapler for tape or glue. And the scissors, if you have something to cut with, just be very, very careful. Get your parents to help you. But you'll see the step the scissors is for. The two things you absolutely must have and you cannot substitute are definitely the rubber bands and the piece of paper. With that said, we're going to start by making just a standard paper airplane. So let me move this camera over here. And here we go. First, I'm going to fold in half. And when you fold, you want to use your thumb to sort of iron down the crease. You want all the creases to be very, very sharp and tight. If you have it loose, it's not going to be good. You want a very, very sharp crease right there. So let me iron that down one more. Then you're going to fold this way. And like I said, it starts as just a standard paper airplane. So if you know how to fold a standard paper airplane, you're good on this part. And again, using your thumb to do the creases right here. Next, we're going to make it narrow, so we're going to take this part and fold it down towards the center. There we are. Same thing on this side. Take your time with these folds. The neater you fold your airplane, the better it'll fly. I know my son, when he was first trying to fold airplanes, would generally go fast and then would be frustrated when my airplanes would fly better than his. So you just take your time. Notice I'm trying to line the folds up just right here. And there we go. Now this is the extra step. Normally you just fold this up, fold the wings down, and that's it. But the extra step here is you're going to do an additional fold just like the one you did before. So you're going to have a very narrow airplane here. Going like this. Just like that, and then like this right here. There we go. Now, at this point, you've folded this part of the paper a whole lot. There's like 16 layers in there, I think. So now we're going to do this right here. Folding this way. Now we make our wings. And again, since there's so many layers, the paper can get uncooperative. You just got to take your time, be patient. And now, this is my very thin paper airplane. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to staple it right along here, right along this part right in here. So, and you'll see right here, this staple is, come on, focus, little thing. There we go. You'll see right here, the staple's off. So I'm just going to pull that staple out. I don't want any jagged bits of metal sticking out of my paper airplane. That would be bad. There we go. Now it's in. Now what I want to do is in this thickest part of the airplane right here. And let me get focus going again. Hello, autofocus. in this thickest part of the airplane, right here where my thumb is, I want to leave a space for that. I'm going to put a notch right there. I'm going to cut a notch. This is where all those layers have built up to make it easily able to launch with the rubber band. So I'm going to leave a staple out of this area. So let me just continue stapling here. I don't need to do the whole airplane, just the front section. That's about good. If you look up here, yeah, that seems pretty good. Now, I'm going to fold these wings down really well. Be careful with your fingers on the back side of these staples. I don't want anybody getting, poked with the staples right there. Next, I want to cut a notch, but it's really, really important how I cut this notch. So let me bring this down and we'll autofocus again. Yeah, we're going to try the autofocus a second time. There we go. So what I want to do is I want to cut the notch, but it needs to lean this way. It can't be a straight notch. It needs to go like this. Otherwise, the airplane would just slip off the rubber band. So now I'm going to cut. It's generally easiest if you use this part of the scissors. If you're cutting way up here, you don't have as much leverage to be able to cut. So you want to use this back part of the scissors here. So cut and cut. And I don't want to cut through the whole thing of the plane, just enough to get a little tab here. Now that tab is going to fold out. Again, let me bring this in, try and focus it. So I have this tab. Now I'm going to bring it out. So I've got this extra stuff here. Now I don't really need to cut it away. I suppose I could just use it like this, but I've always just tried to get as much of it off as I could. There we go. That's pretty good. Now, to launch the airplane, you would do this and you would launch it. However, now it's time to talk safety. So, safety-wise, do not do this indoors. It is an extremely bad idea to do this indoors. This thing right here will poke. It will hurt. Safety number 2, do not launch this at other people. This is not a Nerf dart. If this goes in someone's face, things will be bad. But if you're outdoors and you have, a driveway or something you can launch it down, then it will go really, really far. The next cut will be me launching this thing. All right, so first I want to film just launching it by hand. So go ahead and you're going to track where it goes when you launch it. All right, cool. Now we're going to launch it with a rubber band. So you see I have the rubber band here. I've got a clear area. I'm not launching it towards anybody. I am outside. So I'm going to take the rubber band and launch. Okay, so we're back in here and we've launched the plane with one rubber band, but I wanted to show you what you could do with more than one rubber band. So first I'm going to show you how to attach 2 rubber bands together. You take one and then you lay it on top of the other. You pull this one through and up, and then this part, this part that I'm pinching right here, through and under. So I'm going to go slow just so everybody can see how that works. And now they're together. So now if one rubber band stretches this far, 2 rubber bands will stretch. Hang on. Now it's not cooperating. Oh, good grief. Okay, there we are. 2 rubber bands will stretch way farther. Again, I'm not launching it inside. That's a no-no. I'm not pointing it where any people are, but I want you to see. And if 2 rubber bands stretch far, you can just link more and more rubber bands. So this is a little different. After you've done the first 2, it's a little different. This strand right here goes up and through. and then it goes under and through the other part, just like this. And then pull it tight. And again, once you get to 3 rubber bands, that's about the limit of what your arms are going to be able to reach. So for a single person, 3 rubber bands is about it. But if you have a team of people, I've seen this done with 50, 60 rubber bands. Now, if you're going to do that, you need hundreds and hundreds of feet of room. Otherwise, this thing is going to land in your neighbor's yard. Definitely, without question. But it is possible. So there you go. There's a little mini craft STEM project to see how the effects of the rubber bands change the flight of the plane. I thought you'd enjoy it. Especially because I believe Thursday is supposed to be a sunny day. If not, just wait for the next nice day and give it a shot. Thank you, everybody. Bye.